I'm Michael Caronochi, also known as Rollo. I created the 2015 Naples International Film Festival poster, as you see behind me. Well, basically, I think I originally asked, it was before the 5th year festival, and I made a little sketch. It was probably about the size of like a stamp. And and I kind of said, hey, I got this little idea. And they're like, no, you're too busy with the graphics and everything else. So it was 2 years later, they came to me and asked if I'd like to do it. And I said, of course I would. So this was a 2-year process of actually, being asked to create it. And then the process of actually completing it is months. Started with a simple sketch that allowed me to present the idea to Shannon, and basically give her an idea of what I was thinking. And then she asked me to then further develop that sketch, which I created by putting a little model car on a table with some boxes, kind of emulating a street scene. Got down low with my camera, took some angles, tried to figure it out. Then I traced over that and developed the sketch further, put some color to it, put some notes on it, and presented it to them. They were pretty excited. They thought, okay, it looks it definitely was an original way to go. And of course, there's always the questions of how you're going to accomplish this, but I didn't know at the time, but we did. We did the street first so that we could get a good idea of the positioning of the car and the angle that I needed to shoot from, from a ladder, and try to figure out how we were going to get the faces, looking, back toward the viewer. Which when I originally did the sketch, I totally didn't think about that. And basically you're seeing the back of the car, zooming down the street and heading into the sunset. And once I started thinking about it, wait a second, how are we gonna see these people? So I started thinking about the angles, and even when we photographed the models, I think they were wondering, what is he doing? Why are we sitting this way? But you can tell by looking at the poster that there was a reason for doing so. I used some of my other photos that I have, some with stars, some with the sunset, and then I created the marquee. The whole thing is about this arrival and the time of day and destination, and I wanted everything to kind of focus toward the end of that street and really, put focus on that marquee. So that was a reason for really putting the sun setting, because it's Naples. We all think of sunsets and beaches and all that. So, it looks and feels of Naples. There's parts of Naples in it, but we all, if you really look at it and figure it out, you'll wait, that's not, really Naples. So we just wanted to look and feel. And some people recognize the large building in the left as, the restaurant, Campiello. Some people, you have to tell them, and then when they see it, they realize, oh yeah. And we just happen to get lucky and have that yellow Ferrari parked right where the marquee is. So once again, giving us that Naples feel. I think when it was all said and done, we had 19 versions from version 1 to the last one. So it was, I think originally Shannon wanted to see it in mid-June. I don't think she really saw it until maybe August or something like that. The unveiling night was, I wouldn't say it was nervous by any means, but I was definitely, well, like anyone that creates something, people are either going to like it or not, or there's going to be different levels of that. I can handle criticism. It doesn't, those things don't bother me, but I just wanted people to really enjoy it because it's for a special occasion. By the time that unveiling came, I had looked at it so many times that I had no idea if it was good or not anymore. But then when they pulled the cloth over the top of it, and I looked at everybody in the audience that was there in attendance, they were genuinely excited. And I think at that point I knew I hit it. And but it wasn't, really wasn't until they came up to me and started talking to me about it. And you could just see the excitement and the way they were talking about the different elements like we just talked about. And they started really looking at it closely and seeing some of the little details and a few of the little Easter eggs that I added in there, to like changing the license plate to say NIFF 7, different things like that. That's the point when I realized that, the poster was pretty good. As we got closer to the festival, more and more people would come up to me out of nowhere and just say, "Hey, wow, your poster is fantastic this year." And that's when I started realizing that all the work we put into it, all the time, really, paid off. And it's one of those things you go, I don't know if I could ever top it. It just was. It's just one of those once in a lifetime, feelings. I'd love to top it. I don't think I'll get the opportunity, but if I do, I'll definitely try. I'm Michael Rollo Caronochi. I am NIFF.